Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Blast Lead On. My name is Aurora, and today we are making New Year's resolution noisemakers. Now, what's a New Year's resolution, you may be wondering? Something we like to do at the beginning of every year is to set some goals for ourselves, and that's called a New Year's resolution. So in today's craft, we are going to be making 3 different goals as our New Year's resolution. So before we begin, maybe you want to take some time and think about what your 3 goals might be. Let's get started.
Lead on, because we're more than kids. Lead on, and we know where we're going.
This week at Moorlands, our HQ is to choose your response and respect. So something important to remember with this HQ is to always stop and think and choose your actions. So before I even begin my craft, I'm going to stop and think about what would be the best way to do this craft without making a huge mess, to keep myself organized and respect the environment I'm in. So the first thing I thought of was to get my supplies ready. So here you can see I have 2 pieces of construction paper. I chose yellow and white. You can choose any color you'd like. I've got my scissors, I've got my markers, and over here I've got my glue. So now I know right off the bat I'm prepared. The second thing I'm going to do is before I start making my craft and cutting out my shapes, I'm actually going to draw them out first. So I'm going to use my white paper first, and I'm going to draw 2 shapes. I'm going to draw a small triangle, and then I'm going to draw 3 rectangles. Next, I'm going to take my yellow paper, and all I'm going to draw on my yellow paper is 1 big triangle. Okay, now we should have 5 different shapes drawn out. We should have our small triangle, 3 rectangles, and 1 big triangle. Now we're ready to cut out our shapes. Once we've cut out our shapes, we can make sure that we're being respectful to our environment and throw out our scrap papers, and then we can move on to our next step. So now you can start to see the shape of the noisemaker coming out. So later, we're going to put all our pieces together and it's going to look like this. But before we start gluing, I'm going to start writing down my goals on my 3 pieces of rectangle paper here. So start to think about what you want your goals to be for this year. I'm going to put number 1, number 2, and number 3. So I think for myself, I'm going to do that I would like to exercise 3 times a week. I would like to read 1 book a month, and I would like to make sure that I sleep 8 hours every night. So once you've got your goals, you can write them onto your paper. And once you've done that, now we can move on to gluing all our parts together. Now we're just going to let it sit there for maybe 15 minutes while we let our glue dry, and then we can start decorating. So now that the glue is dry, we have the freedom to decorate our New Year's resolution noisemakers however we would like. All right, so there you have it, our 2022 New Year's resolution noisemaker. Woo! Remember to follow your goals, and great job choosing your response and being respectful while making this craft. We'll see you next week. Bye!